What up, Prowl Nation? Welcome to Detroit Lions on the Prowl Free for All Friday. We're here to have another awesome end of the week discussion on Lions football and seeing what's going to happen. So let's bring in the rest of the crew. We're waiting on Kurt. He's MIA on us out of nowhere. So we'll see if he pops in. But first of all, let me introduce Maniac Tim. How you doing, Maniac Tim?
I'm doing good, and I know exactly where Kurt is. He's lost in space. In a steel shuttle. Okay. I'm doing good. How are you, Val?
And I see you're representing our hometown with your hat there.
Oh, yeah. Because Pimpleton, being from the Muskegon Big Red, my home school, is a Lion and got a 3-year contract. Awesome.
And of course, we have the man behind the scenes here. Micro Mike, how you doing, my friend?
Same behind the scenes. I feel like I'm in looking at a yellow brick road and I'm gonna go behind the curtain there.
Yeah, you're the man pulling the strings in the Wizard of Oz, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see who's in that chat. We have Brian Stover and Paul Jazzy Jaros in the building. Good morning to you all. So and Chrome, hey there. Oh, here comes Kurt. Just in time.
Sorry about that. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What up, though? And welcome to Free for All Friday. I know how the song goes. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Well, it is Free for All Friday. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Proud Nation. Brian Stover, what up, though? Good morning, my dude. What's going on, Brian Stover? My man, Paul Jaros, the real jazzy one. My man, he out there in California. What's going on, my dude? Joseph Osteen, in from the Garden. Time for Lions Talking Kool-Aid. Yeah, I know how we do it right here. My man, Chrome in the building. He said, what's up to Micro Mike? I got to say hello to the panel. My man, first up, Micro Mike coming over.
We did the introductions already.
We did it already. So I'm late. I'm sorry. I had something to do. I was getting some stuff done around the house and I lost track of time. So had to get some stuff done. So what's going on, Grand 012? Says, wake up with Sorry Major Steel. You know, I knew a Sorry Major Steel. And then I put the extra E on the end, brother, because you know how I do it, man. I'm extra E with the extra cheese like pizza. Y'all know how it goes, man. Let's get into the topic for the day, man. First, let me say the good morning to everyone because I haven't said good morning to you guys. Queen, how you doing this morning? How's everything going?
I'm doing good. I'm just waiting. Just glad it's Friday.
Just glad it's Friday. All right, my man, Maniac Tim, what's going on, Maniac?
Oh, I'm looking forward for the weekend. Last day of work. First Saturday off in a while and a 3-day weekend, man. So
there you
doing
go.
Great.
4th of July this weekend. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Mike? What's up, my dude?
Hey, I'm alive. I'm awake. Barely. Got some Red Bull. Trying to get some wings here. Get this day going.
All right. Let's get into some topics for the day, man. Y'all know how we do it. Who is the most underrated player, in your opinion, on the Detroit Lions right now? Val, I'm going to go to you first. Who is the most? It's got to be Iffy for Val. Iffy is the most underrated player for the Detroit Lions right now. I can't argue with that. You know, that's not my choice, but I can't argue with what you're saying.
That's all I got to say. I don't even have to say no more.
Yeah, we already know what she's gonna say. All right, my man, Micro Mike. You know what I'm saying? He's got that Deandre Swift on his doggone avatar. But is he the most underrated player on the Detroit Lions right now, in your opinion? Or is it someone else?
The most underrated player that does not get any credit, and I think this guy is the greatest, is Tim Boyle.
Are you pulling a Luke G on us? Are you pulling a Luke G on us?
He goes with that.
Yeah, definitely not Tim Boyle. Most underrated player right now. How about Charles Harris? You're not hearing a lot about this guy, and he was a monster for the Lions. You know, getting sacks, getting after the quarterback. You know, we got Aquara back, and we have Aiden Hutchinson, but Harris, he was a baller.
Okay. All right, Maniac Tim, who you got? Who is your most underrated player, in your opinion, on the Detroit Lions?
All right. given a chance, I think that Pimpleton is
So
underrated now. If he's given a chance to grow with the Lions, I think
Mhm.
you're going to see his talent.
Okay. All right. He goes Khalil Pimpleton, the
Yeah.
rookie. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Local guy. All right. So get him
Big Red.
get y'all picks in the comments because we're gonna read them here in a second. All right. So Kurt Steele's most underrated player on the Detroit Lions right now. And the reason why I say this because some lists came out here recently about who's the best corner in the league, who's the best cover corner and press, or who's the cover in zone, or who's the cover of this guy and that guy. And one guy that I didn't see on the list who had a monster year last year was Amani Orwarier. He is one of the most undervalued players on Detroit and in the league. The guy was he was in the top part of the league in passer completion for against quarterbacks, passer rating against quarterbacks, and he was up in the top of the league in interceptions. But he's off of all these lists. His name doesn't appear. I know he was on a bad pass defense last year, but the guy did his thing to be at the top of the league, not just on the team, but in the top categories in the league, in those type of categories, and not be mentioned as one of even the top 10 corners in the league right now. I believe he's underrated by a lot of people right now, and I think that he's chomping at the bit to get back out there. His year ended with with an injury prematurely, but Amani Orwarier has had a good ascension over the last couple of years, not just last year, but even the previous year under Fatty Patty. He was ascending in that defense. So, and with the tutelage of Aaron Glenn and Aubrey Pleasant, he even had a better season last year. I think even if Okudah would have played last year, he would have had a better year than Jeff Okudah. That's just me.
I love your take right there because I don't understand the hatred for Amani Orwarier by the fan base. I have loved this guy since we drafted him a couple years ago in the 5th round. He's a 2nd round talent. Fell Lions in the 5th round. He's been slated as the #1 corner for the Lions. He's been going against the #1 guys, and he's been balling. But yet I hear I don't understand this. Like, oh, Monty's not that good. We don't need to re-sign him. Are you kidding me? This guy's not a #1 corner, but he's playing #1 corner. Imagine now that he's got talent around him. His level of play is going to go up. I love Amani. I think we need to extend him. And you're 100% correct. He is absolutely underrated.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that he's underrated. The guy he's been balling. He is the man. I know he's wearing Nevin Lawson's old number 24, but he is not Nevin Lawson whatsoever. He is definitely
amen.
He is definitely a baller on this team, and he gets overlooked in the league, and he gets overlooked, like you said, Mike, by Lions fans. They overlook this guy. They're looking at Okudah to be the savior of our secondary. I don't know what the hell that's about, but Amani Orwarier is the top corner that we have on our roster right now. So, all right, let's get to you guys' comments because I want to hear what you guys got to say about who is the most underrated player right now on the Detroit Lions. You got a whole bunch of people. Jeff Okudah, he funny. Grand 012. Yeah, no. Joseph Onsi says Pimpleton got a contract. Yeah. Dan Spano says Monty is definitely underrated in the NFL, but I've always valued him. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, Dan Spanos. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You got Dr. Detroit in the building, says, what's up, Dan and Dan Spanos? What's up? Q is in the building, my man. What's going on, man? He over there chopping it up in LNU. He gives some hot takes, man. He got hot sauce on them takes over there, man. Caliente takes over there when he gets over there on his soapbox over there on LNU. Dr. Detroit says, value all as well. Amani Orwarier, Paul Giroux saying good stuff in the chat, man. But yeah, I'm just looking at those guys, man, and looking at who will say, yeah, Okudah is the least rated player as well as the most underrated. You think so?
Okay. Dan, now wait a minute. Have you been hanging out with Luke G? Because you got some. We got to talk later. We just talk.
Okudah. Now I will say this about Jeff Okudah, and I've said this before. I'm hard on Jeff Okudah, you know what I'm saying? Not just because of where he's drafted, because of the fact that we haven't seen what we thought we were going to get from him. I can't help where he was drafted. However, he hasn't been on the field, and I believe that some of that's not his fault. I've said this time and time again. He should have never had played the first part of his rookie season. He came in injured, and the great, wonderful Oz that was Fatty Patty put him out there on the field anyway. Should have never been on the field first half of his rookie season, but he got pushed out there, got hurt even more, and got hurt last year. I mean, that's an unfortunate. I mean, the injury bugs has killed this guy's first half of his career. I mean, just to be honest with you, I mean, the groin injury and then the other injuries his rookie season, and then last year with the Achilles. But do I think he's underrated? Nah, man, you got to show me something to be underrated. I mean, I can't say he's underrated because he hasn't played. I mean, if you understand what I'm saying, like, how can someone be underrated if they haven't, been on the field for a full season? I can't say that he's underrated. But Orwarier has the stats to prove he's underrated because he's not valued in the league and he's not valued even by the fan base. So that's why I think he's underrated 100%. But it's just one of those things, man. Val got a good comment from a man. Q says, looking good in that iffy jersey, baby. You know what I'm saying? 26, man. He, iffy. I hope he has a good year this year. He's always going to be Val's pick for any list was favorable. Detroit Lions. He's always going to go with iffy, no ifs, no ands.
Like, who else would I pick though on the team, man? Who else? I mean, who?
Val, who's the top quarterback? Oh, iffy. Who's the top linebacker? Oh, yeah, iffy, man. Gotta be iffy. Wide receiver. Oh man, I got 26.
Defensive
tackle.
Val's middle name is
Gotta
iffy.
be iffy, man. That is, man. If it's iffy. If it's who's the best coach, man? It's got to be iffy. You know how Val gets down with number 26, man. All right, here we go. And let us know what you feel down in the chat as well. Give me your expectations. Now, we asked this last week of Tim of Jared Goff, right? So I'm looking a little bit more specific in this one. Give me your expectations. Like, how productive do you think DeAndre Swift will be this season? Given the factor, I will caveat this: he's healthy all year, plays a full season. Give me your expectations of DeAndre Swift this year. And I'm gonna go to the guy who has him on the avatar, Mike. Give me your expectations of DeAndre Swift. Say he's healthy the whole year.
That's saying a lot.
My expectation is for him to stay healthy the whole year. That's it. He needs to stay healthy. He literally has the ability to make big plays, but he's not stayed healthy. He needs to do it this year. Just like Deuce was saying, you're feeling pain. We're going to have to go through it. This is the NFL. Especially for a running back, your NFL career is short. And you keep doing this, you're going to be out of the league in a couple of years. So he needs to stay healthy this season. He doesn't need to be the ball carrier the whole time because he's not that type of back. But when there's a game, he needs to be on the field. Okay? That's it.
Okay. I feel you. That's your expectations. For me, I'll go next because I have some kind of lofty expectations of DeAndre Swift. I'm going to say he stays healthy, right? I'm going to say that all things healthy, that DeAndre Swift can be upwards of 1,800 all-purpose yards for the season. That's rushing and receiving out of the backfield. I believe he can. I won't say that he will be a Roger Craig where he can, what was the Marshall Faulk and eclipse that 2,000 combined yards for a season where he 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing. But I believe that he can be on that pinnacle where 1,800 yards if he stays healthy. That valuable asset to the offense where he can run the ball and catch the ball out of the backfield. He can get up to that 1,800 yard, around that 1,800 yard mark for all-purpose yards. All right, so Maniac Tim, what you got? What are your expectations of DeAndre Swift this season if he stays healthy? That's the caveat.
Well, if he stays healthy and if he gets the carries, and of course the catches, because there's going to be a lot of competition on that field too. So if he gets control the ball, I want to see 1,000 yards rushing, and total yards with the catches. I would like to see at least maybe 1,700.
Okay, 1,700 yards, all-purpose yard. I feel you on that one.
Mhm.
Okay, Queen, what you got for your boy Deandre Swift? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let us know in the chat too. Let them know in the chat. Let us know what you think, your expectations. But go ahead, Queen.
Mine are just like Micro Mike's. Mine are very simple. For him to stay healthy and for him to do better than what he did last year.
Okay.
I mean, if he does that, I'm good with him. If he does more than that, well, hell yeah. But but expectation wise, he's got to stay healthy. He's got to take charge. There is a lot of competition on that field, and she's got to boss up and ball out. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with DeAndre Swift, I agree with you all. He has to stay healthy. He has to be on the field. I think that this year he's taken that as on the mantle. You look at how he's came into the offseason program. The guy's totally ripped, body transformed during the offseason. He was already, a guy who lift weights. You see his dad, man. That's ridiculous, man. Dad can lift the house. But if he working out with that program and this getting with the nutritionist, you can see how he changed his body in the offseason. I think he's made a concerted effort to stay healthy this year and to get on the field and stay on the field. So I expect him to have that around that 1,800 total appropriate yards through the season. So that's my expectations of him. Lord knows I want him to stay healthy the whole season because he's one of the most dangerous backs in the league when he's on the field and he's healthy. You look at the offensive line we have this year, he can do some major damage in the league and really help his stock as one of the top receiving backs and the top running backs in the NFL this year. All right, let's go over to the chat, man. Swift says 1,200 yards rushing and 500. Man, 500 receive. Man, that's 1,200 yards. Okay, wow. I feel you. That's some lofty. I think he could be a top 10 NFL back. He has a talent. Problem is, he isn't an every down back. I don't think the Lions want him to be an every down back. I don't want him to be a 3 down. I mean, is he an in between the tackles runner? But if he stays on the field, he does what he needs to do. Joseph Osteen says Swift is able to run between the tackles. If not, the offense is predictable. Okay. I think he can run through between the tackles. He just has to stay unhealthy to get to be on the field. Paul Giroux says, how would Barry Sanders do in this NFL? Right.
At his age now, or what he was when he was younger?
I'm sure
he would still dominate in this. If he was the prime, Barry Sanders would dominate this NFL.
Well, the prime would, but the one now, man, wouldn't do very well.
No. The prime, I think that's the question was like, I'm saying prime Barry Sanders would kill in the NFL right now. Definitely. All right. Dan Spano says 1,600 all-purpose yards. I mean, hey, that's it. You know what I'm saying? We getting it. Barry's the greatest of all time. Roddy Trey, welcome to the building. What up, though, everyone? Stay healthy and be productive. What up to you too, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you? And I have to agree with Joseph Osteen. Says Bears is the greatest ball carrier of all time, man. Of all time. All right. Roddy Trey says Swift can run between the tackles. The offensive line has to stay healthy as all goes well hand in hand. I believe that. If the offensive line can stay healthy and Swift can stay healthy, look out, world. Detroit is coming for you because we got some firepower back there in that backfield with DeAndre Swift. And you bring in the guy, the thunder of the Thunder and Lightning, Swifty and Swaggy, getting that down that goal line, man. He came into the offseason with his body transformed too. You look at Jamal Williams, and he's coming in. He's slimmed down. He lost some weight because he cut some of his hair off, but he also lost about 12 pounds of body fat. But he did. You see, he's actually cut his braid. He only has like a few things in the back. I don't know what the hell that is, but okay. But yeah, but he lost some weight too. Came in.
He was still getting his hair done. He only has 1 or 2 braids because he was still getting the braids put in. It takes a while.
What it is.
Hair extensions.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Q, that's only 1,700 yards. He has 65 gains per rushing. Okay, 60. I mean, I believe that I believe that he can have that 17. You know, you got an extra game too. He can get toward that 2,000-yard mark. You got to believe. Remember, he's playing 17 games now, so that extra game can help him. You know what I'm saying? If he stays healthy. But that's all. That's the whole thing with definitely with the Detroit Lions. It has been for the last probably 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? We have to stay healthy. We have to stay on the field. And if you can't win games with your best player sitting on the bench. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Calvin Johnson, man. You look at all he did was play because he didn't practice during the week because he was so hurt. The guy was nursing the injuries, man. The guy couldn't even barely walk on, you know what I'm saying, unless it was game day. He did a walkthrough on Friday and played in the game on Sunday. That's just how he rolled. So, but we have to get these guys definitely on the field. And Deandre Swift's one of those guys, man. Hey, if you want to check out Lions content, go over to Lions Nation Unite. It is the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Recently featured on Proud of Detroit. They had Herman Moore does his wide receiver Wednesdays, and his recent video about Quintez Cephas actually made the front page of PrideOfDetroit.com. So they wrote an article about the segment that he did and went over pretty well. No, we're not doing Street Fighter yet, but going over to LNU, new segments over there with the phenomenal kicker for the Detroit Lions for many, many years. Jason Hanson was over there in studio. So go over there and check it out. Lions Nation Unite. You can hook up with us on, especially during game days, during the season. We're always in the game day chat, clowning around. And if you just want to meet other Lions fans from all over the globe, you can do it right there in the app, or you can go to LionsNationUnite.com on your web browser, download it in the Google, Android, or Apple app stores for your mobile devices. Lions Nation Unite. You can go to LNUshop.com to get yourself some Lions Nation Unite gear. Man, you know that last week Micro Mike was modeling the beanie as a Smurf. I don't know what that was about last week, but and if you want to get yourself some Proud Nation gear, go to lionsontheproudshop.com. Those links are in the description, along with Kurt. You know Kurt rocking I'm rocking the classic logo today on the shirt and on the hat. And you know where I got that thing at? Fanatics.com, man. Click that link in the description below. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content right here on this channel. All right, so let's get into some of the comments again, man. All right, got some social media. Doc, it's 2020. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Detroit, he keeps it 100, man. If you don't know, you don't know about Dr. Detroit. We know why he keep it 100 and why he keep it incognito, man. All right, yes, sir. Dan, we need our players to be healthy on the offensive side of the ball. E. Chark, Hawkinson, Swift, William. That's a lot of names. You gotta keep healthy, man. That's a lot of names. You gotta keep healthy, man. I mean, hey, but you're right though. We have to keep those guys healthy. Definitely to get those guys on the field if we want to be a force in the NFC North. All right. Cap Ice Cold says, what's good, Proud family? What up, though, my dude? What's going on, brother? Man, the RR list will be the most important stat week to week.
Let's hope not.
No.
Absolutely. I don't want that to be the case, man.
The shortness of our list.
Yeah, we need it to be as
Sure,
as least. Yeah, you just want to have to sit the guys out because you had guys that too many people on the roster, and you didn't want to have to put people in because the injury list is that long, man. I hope not. I hope not, Joseph. I hope that's not the case this season with this team. All right, so let's go on to the next question because we got to keep the show moving, baby. All right. Here's a good question for you guys. Because I can't go to the game. I'm in North Carolina. So, if you could go to any Lions games this season, because I know Val and Tim, they're out there on the western part of Michigan. Which one would you go to? Any Lions games this season, which one would you go to? What you got, Maniac Tim?
I would like to go hang out with my buddy Kirk Steele and go to the Carolina game.
All right, in Carolina, we're going to come down here, go to the game in Charlotte. I appreciate you. Hang out with your brother, Micro Mike, because I know he gets ticket all the time.
But there is one more game that I do want to go.
What's that?
It's not on the schedule yet. The playoff game that the Lions are in.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, Timmy.
Got him.
I feel you. I feel you on that one. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, Mike, you get to hang out at the games all the time. Sometimes I don't know, but you live close to Detroit, and I do because that's a flight and a half for me. But if any game you can go to this season, which one would it be?
I really
like your
think
prime
this game,
pick of the games.
Yeah, with all the games, I think this game is going to probably end up being the game of the year for the Lions because it's going to be exciting, real exciting. It's teams very similar offenses, similar defenses.
Mhm.
Lions versus Miami Dolphins. Speed versus speed. Williams versus Hill. Jared Goff, Tua. Who's going to be the better? The whole offenses of both teams are going to be explosive. I think this game is going to be, it could be a 38-42 type of game, and it will be fun for offense. And yes, I do like offense. I love it, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Okay, I'm liking that pick as well. All right, Queen, what you got? Any game this season you want to go to, which one would it be?
Well, you guys already know that I'm this like twisted individual in the first place. But I would love to go to the Bears-Lions game on New Year's Day. Okay. In my Bears gear, handing out Detroit Lions on the Prowl merch.
That would be
That's
funny.
what I'm talking about. That would be the most awkwardest thing I probably would ever see. You'd be like, the hell is that? People who did not know you and not know your story, they would be like, what the hell is
this person? What's wrong?
What in the haberdashery is going on here? What the hell is going on? Let's get some of these. All right, Brian Sturber says Thanksgiving is always a rowdy game. They play eventual AFC champs. I believe in that. I believe that a lot of people will probably pick that Buffalo Bills game. Probably, saying some people want to come see the Lions. Some people probably want to go see the Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and all those cats come out there. Mike says you forgot about Jalen Waddle. Yeah, Jalen Waddle is a speedster. You got Jalen Waddle. Yeah, they have the running backs they have are fast. They picked up Raheem Mostert and a whole bunch of other guys. Miami loaded on offense.
They are.
They
the
reloaded
whole team
this
is
offseason. They are loaded down there in Miami. So
it wouldn't shock me, in all honesty, if Miami, they go to the playoffs. They could compete for the division as well. They can. Yeah. I know it's going to be difficult because the Bills are really good, but Miami's a sleeper right now, and I think it's going to be hard to compete with them.
Okay, Dan Spatter says he don't think the Eagles will be ready for this team at Raw Detroit. Yeah.
That's what we thought last year.
I hope we show up better than we did last year because they showed up and put their foot down behind sideways last year. That was one of the only games I just absolutely just turned off last year. I was just like, you know what? Never mind. That was the game last year. I was like, yeah. I think I started watching the other game, the other 1:00 game that last year. That was terrible. But I hope we can put up a better fight against the Eagles last year. They reloaded as well. I mean, the Eagles stacked some players last year. I mean, this year their secondary got better. You look at they brought in James Bradbury and the guy with the stone hands from that dropped the interception the safety coming over from San Francisco. I mean, their secondary is loaded. I mean, we already know they got Slay, so that's gonna be some tough sledding. And with Jordan Davis up there in the defensive line, with Fletcher Cox, that's gonna be some tough sledding. It's gonna be some furniture moving in that game. I want to see that their defensive line against our offensive line because they got some big guys over there, and we got some our young talented offensive line. So it's gonna be some furniture moving around that joint with my man. He gonna do his thing. Penny Sewell gonna hold it down, and You got Jonah Jackson's coming off a Pro Bowl year. It's going to be interesting to see our offensive line versus that defensive line of Philly, because if we can hold their, any secondary that's good can't cover forever, though. You know what I'm saying? They can't cover for 8 seconds. You know what I'm saying? If you give my man Goff some time, he can find some guys. But if you let him get hit and get sacked, it's gonna be some problem. There's gonna be some problems for the Lions if we can't hold back that defensive line from the Eagles. Yes, they did. Roddy Trey, they added Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. I'm not really worried about Dean. That dude, man. That dude, I'm glad we didn't draft that dude. He got the MASH list. I mean, he got so many injuries, it's ridiculous. I mean, he got injuries look like a CVS receipt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. But AJ Brown is a big addition to that offense as well. The big fella, the big wide receiver coming over from the Tennessee Titans. So, yeah, exactly. So Philly is going to be a tough test. They're slotted, I believe, by a lot of pundits to win the NFC East. So that's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one as well to open up the season. If we can shock them, that's the thing. We gotta have to shock them. Come in. We got to do some trick plays and everything. You know what I'm saying? We probably have to bury some underwear in their locker room or something, man. Put the mojo on them cats. We got to do something about them cats, man. I'm just saying. All right, let's get into some more questions, man. So we talked about the most underrated player on the Lions. So we got to go on the other side of the coin, baby, and let us know who you think it is in the comments. Who is the most overrated player on the Lions right now? Val, I'm gonna let you go for who is the most overrated player on the Lions right now. People think
who do you think I'm gonna say? Who do you think I'm gonna say?
And they gonna be iffy. Probably Alex Anzalone or Jared Goff.
Anzalone's one, and Okuda's the other.
Okuda is the most overrated. She's thinking he's the most. You know what? And I think that's maybe a tribute to that. A lot of Lions fans think that he's going to have the biggest bounce back year of an injured player on the
They've
Lions.
been waiting for that for 3 years. Come on now. They've been saying it every single year.
She says Alex Anzalone and Jeff Okuda. All right, Maniac Tim. Who is the most overrated player on the Lions right now? You're like, yeah, this guy isn't that good. Because we got to keep 100 right here. You know, we love our team, but you ain't going to like everybody on your team because
Anzalone. I like Anzalone. And I'm really hoping Val is wrong about Okuda, though.
Oh, y'all are keep hoping, but
I'm hoping. I'm hoping Chris Spielman can help bring Okuda around. You know, I mean, both Ohio State players. Okuda was good in Ohio State, so hey. But I'm saying Anzalone is a bust. Get rid of him.
Anzalone. Okay. All right, Mike. Who's the most overrated guy in Honolulu Blue and Silver right now?
A lot of people are going to get real mad at me on this one. And because the fan base loves this guy. I mean, they're portraying this guy to be the next Luke Kuechly, day one. Malcolm Rodriguez. I don't know where this has started, where this guy has been proclaimed the greatest linebacker to ever come out, ever. But out of nowhere, the 6th round pick has been this guy's. First off, it started, this guy's going to be good. Yeah, I get it, man. I had him in my mock draft for sure, as a late round pick. Then it's this guy's going to be a starter day one. Then it's this guy's going to get the green dot. He's going to be calling plays. Then this guy, he's going to go to the Pro Bowl. I'm like, what the frick is going on with this guy?
It's that Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid's flowing. And I like him. It's no diss to him. This is to the fan base. Like, this guy is this guy is the next Ray Lewis. Like, give him a break, man. You're making the expectations of this guy. You set him up for failure. He's gonna start on special teams. Be rotational. I don't get it.
He got a good PR.
You know what though?
Okay.
I have to say that as surprising as that was, I have to say that they've been pumping that dude up, man. The fan base is like, man.
You always got to be aware of when they're pumping him up that high. Something wrong. That's the red flag.
Rodriguez. You know what though? I have to say that that was probably that he's up there. Up there at the top of my list as well. Yeah. For your man Kurt Steele, man, who is for me the most overrated Detroit Lion right now? Has to be interior defensive lineman Michael Brockers. Like, he's this great veteran leader, and he's gonna anchor the defensive line right next to Liam McNeil. Nah, man, no young cats gonna push him out the door. That's just me. I think with the development of Levi Onwuzurike and you bringing in Josh Pascal, who is actually the same type of player, they're kind of pushing him out the door. I think he's overrated. I think he served his purpose as being, that veteran guy on the team, but I think his place on the team is dwindling very, very fast. That's who my overrated guy is. But Michael Brockers, I mean, I like him, the things that he does for his charity and things of that nature, and his presence in the locker room. But I don't think that his place on the team is beginning to fade, just because if you look at all the interior alignment that they've drafted over the last couple of years, he wasn't coming here to be a long-term fit anyway. He was a cap relief for the Rams, and they provided some of that relief for them, but I don't think he was ever meant to be a long-term solution on our defensive line. So Michael Brockers is my most overrated guy on the defensive line, because I don't hear a whole bunch of, Michael Brockers with the tackle. Michael Brockers got 4 sacks. No, Michael Brockers is a guy on the team. That's what I think. So, all right. So let's get into some of y'all comments, man, because I know y'all down there. It's always fun to have these conversations. Definitely overrated Malcolm Rodriguez. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're feeling you. Dr. Detroit, Romeo Okwara. Did not expect that one. Exactly from a couple years ago. Romeo, of course, Rod Detroit says Malcolm Rodriguez. Mr. Scotty the Bear. Okay, last game we knock out Green Bay for the playoffs. I hope so. Okay. All right. Big V. Big V is Grant. But Big V had a good year last year. He had an excellent year. They kicking him in the guard helped it really helped him last year. I think he played better at guard.
But who's bragging Big V up anyway? Who's bragging him up anyway?
I don't think he's overrated. I think his role was he fit what his role was last year. He played well, but he didn't make the Pro Bowl or anything.
I would put another name on this list too. I'd put another name on this list. And you know who I'm going to say? Tracy Walker.
Just like Brian Stoker. Brian Stover. Tracy Walker. That's what he says. All right, Tim Boyle.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I don't know if he's over. Well, if that's overrated, I mean, we're not expecting much out of him anyway. If that's an overrated,
he got the job. That makes him overrated.
Yeah, he's the backup. That's why he's overrated, because he's the backup in Detroit.
Yeah, he's a backup in the USFL. Backup.
No, he should be a backup in the Pee Wee leagues.
Bologna, Okuda will ball out. Okay. Dance battle. Jared Goff.
Keep drinking that Kool-Aid and keep
Malcolm Rodriguez. Oh yeah. All right. Joseph Osteen says it might be Swift. Okay.
I don't know if he's overrated.
Well, if he keeps getting hurt, he could be.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as his playing ability, no, he's not overrated. But
overhyped, maybe, but
overhyped and overrated is different, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would go overhyped more with him than overrated.
Woo! Here goes the hot take, man.
Whoa.
He got some hot sauce on this. They said Jamal Williams is a fan favorite, is highly overrated. He said, "Well, Hulu take his role at number 2." Damn, son, with the hot take on that one, man. He put some extra hot sauce on that one.
And I agree with him.
That is, yeah, it could. You right.
Everybody loves Jamal's personality, and I think that's what has him being a fan favorite. Is more of his personality, more so than his play on the field.
You know, Malcolm Rodriguez was compared to Zach Top. Man, that was a lofty comparison. That's a lofty comparison. I mean, I watched Zach Thomas for some years, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah. Pascal. Okay. All right.
I love this one.
Rockers.
I love this one.
Go ahead. Put it up on the screen.
I have it.
Put it up on the screen.
It is on the screen. I had it.
Oh.
The North Korean
what
missile?
Is it?
No. The misguided missile, Gerard
The
Davis.
misguided missile, Jared Davis. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Drew Forsyth says Big V is overpaid. I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's overrated. Overpaid, maybe because he was paid to come in here and play tackle instead of guard. So that's why he's overpaid. Bob Quinn paid him to come in and be the starting right tackle in Detroit. And that didn't
work out so well.
That didn't work out so well. Somebody says somebody's got a harsh comment for you, Val. Are we reading this, Val? Because I know
where? I don't see it.
Says Dom says Val is clueless. Tracy Walker is solid. Imagine playing behind the worst pass rush in the leagues. Freaking Bears fan are the worst. Ooh.
You don't know me, but you can find out. You don't know me, but you're gonna be wrong. There's no doubt.
That's a good rhyme.
Yeah. Val does her fair share of homework, man. I don't agree with her thing with Tracy Walker. I like Tracy Walker as well, but to say she's clueless, you have no clue, honey. You have no clue, honey. Yeah, you're reaching on that one, dude. No. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. You reached on that one. All right, so there you go. Anzalone is a bologna. Okay, yeah, he is a piece of bologna. Yeah, and Alex Anzalone, he's a guy that if he's used properly, but the role that they're trying to use him in Detroit isn't what he's built for. They used him right in New Orleans, and that's where he stayed there. He should have been. That role fit him in New Orleans. All right, so I thought Big B getting paid had been a Pro Bowler, solid. Expected more, and he was a Pro Bowler. But like I said, they brought him over from Philly to be the right tackle, and that's why he got paid so much money. Not to come in and play guard, but that's what he ended up playing. That's what his best year was, playing guard. So it is what it is. All right. Cap Ice Cole says, I hope it's not Hutch. So is the new trend in Detroit sports to bring him home, town kids to ball up. I won't say he'll be overrated. I think that you get the people who may, want to overhype him, but I think he's a guy who's a workman. You know what I'm saying? He goes out there, he goes to work. And what you hear out of camp from him or out of the workouts from him was that he's just in there to work. You know what I'm saying? He goes in there, he does his thing, he learns, he tries to get better every day, and the coaching staff likes his approach. So it is what it is. All right.
And that's one of the biggest problems with a lot of the players is we overhype these guys way too much. You put way too much expectation on them instead of just letting them develop. Just stop with the overhype.
Yeah. All right. So, Drew, first, here's a good comment. If you have a good coaching staff, get better players in there and allow the coaching staff to make a better player, the best version of the player, and not some reclamation project. You getting that in Detroit where you get some guys that's coming in right now, and you get some guys who are coming in and they're earning their playing time, and they're with a good coaching staff. They're restarting their careers in Detroit because they have good coaching in Detroit. Sometimes you don't. when you don't have good coaches, or like you see how our stars in Detroit struggled under Matt Patricia. I mean, you look at a guy like Quandre Diggs. Quandre Diggs was suffocated under Matt Patricia in his iron fist rule in Detroit. And what does he do? He goes out and boss ups and balls out there in Seattle. So I mean, you have bad coaching, your good players suffer. I mean, it just happens. I mean, Matthew Stafford goes out to LA and wins the Super Bowl, and he hated to come to work in Detroit with under Matt Patricia. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So our linebackers are the worst.
That's because Raw Detroit was asking, are the linebackers on this team overrated?
Yeah, I don't know I don't say that they're overrated. You have to, I mean, except for Anzalone, but the guys that we have, the young guys, they can't be overrated because they haven't really been on the field to be overrated. I mean, so you got some veterans that came in that coming in like Chris Border, but Derek Barnes, he hadn't had the playing time to be overrated.
Yeah, our linebacker situation is a hot mess, which what I wanted addressed in the draft, but well, never mind. We've sailed that ship, but that's what happens. But they're not overrated because they suck.
Okay, is Sewell worth it? We need to see the film. Absolutely, Sewell is worth it.
Yes.
Sewell was one of the top rated offensive tackles in the league. He was one of the highest rated right tackles in the league last year. I mean, the guy is good. Yeah, he was worth that pick. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely believe that wholeheartedly. All right, panel. All right, chat. Get your questions ready for us as we get into this last question. So we'll take some fan questions from the panel, of course, how we always do it. All right, so let's get into this one. How many NFC North games will the Lions win this year? So that means you got 6 of them in the division. So they won 2 last year. How many NFC North games will they win this year? I'll go to you first, Maniac Tim. How many times will they win in the division?
4.
So who you got? 4.
Okay,
so that's a sweep.
I got him. I got him beating Green Bay once, Chicago twice, and Minnesota once.
Okay.
Lofty
all right,
goals
Michael,
there,
Yeah.
I got 3.
Michael,
I think they split with
3.
every team this year. I think that they beat the Bears one time. The Bears always gets us in a game somehow, so they'll beat us. Packers, we faced them the last game of the year. I think that the Packers will have everything locked up. They'll do what they did last year. Aaron Rodgers doesn't play for the second half. Lions win that game. And when Minnesota comes to Detroit, the Lions pull off a win there.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah. I'm on that fence too. I say 3. I'd say 3.
3? 3?
Mm-hmm.
3. I'm going to say 4. I'm going to say 4 with Tim. And I'm going to stick with the same games that Tim went with. We split the Bears. We split with the Vikings and the Packers this year. If we can stay healthy, that we can wreak havoc on that offensive line in Chicago, because Val knows as well as anyone that offensive line in Chicago is absolutely putrid.
But our field always gets you every single time you come to our house.
Yeah, that field is terrible. We always getting hurt. Okay. All right. So, okay. Let's get into this. All right. So you guys in the chat, let us know how many games do you have the Lions winning in the division this year. You know how we're going to do it. We're going to read that thing in the chat. But, I see the question. He meant, is Noah Sewell worth it? Oh, okay. Is Noah Sewell worth it?
I don't know.
TBD.
Yeah, to be determined.
To be determined. I like his play so far, but here's the big deal for me this year with Noah Sewell. How is he going to play without Thibodeau on the field? Because you can shine when you have someone else. It definitely, because as much attention as Thibodeau drew, that made the play of Noah Sewell stand out even further. So TBD. So, yeah, I think he can be a stud, and I would love if he can be a baller. I would love him to come to Detroit, and we have another set of brothers on the team. That's just me. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? If he's a good player, I'll take him. If he's trash, he can stay where he at. That's just me. All right.
Exactly.
I mean, for real. I mean, that's what you know. All right, so let's get into these predictions for the NFC North. Okay, we got Drew Forsyth says 4. Okay, so we got 3 and 3 from Dr. Detroit. All right, James Willis says I can see the Lions going number 2 in division behind Green Bay. Okay. All right, so we got beat the Bears twice and split with the Packers and Vikings. Man, that seems to be a nice thing today, Val. They saying they beating the Bears twice.
You always forget about that field every time you come to our house. You always lose.
That field is trash, though. That field is trash.
Mm-hmm.
That field is trash. That field is absolutely terrible. I don't understand how y'all play on that damn thing. That Soldier Field is terrible. That means it is horrific. All right, 4.
And you guys lose every single time you come.
That Bears field, or we get the ref call, saying with the touchdown on
Johnson,
Calvin Johnson. Yeah, 4 from Joseph Osteen. 4, Mr. Scotty the Bear. The Frenchman is in the house. Baguettes and all that. Mr. Scotty the Bear is in the building. Yeah. So, yeah. It's one of those things with this season. And it's always that if factor with Detroit, especially with the health of players, but you keep our defensive line healthy, and you can get the core brothers in there and Harris, and of course you got the young fella Hutchinson coming in. They can wreak havoc on a lot of backfields, saying in offensive lines, and I'm not even talking about Alim McNeil and Levi Onwuzurike and those guys yet. We're just talking about just the brand name guys. So I believe that we can wreak havoc in Chicago with that offensive line. I mean, we already know that the Chicago Bears should wear their orange jerseys all year for their quarterback, Justin Fields, with the offensive line, because he's going to be on the run like he's a fugitive. Because
now they have added to the offensive line. They have added to the offensive line. I just don't know how well that will turn out. I know that they have added those pieces.
Yeah. Now you do know that orange represents the drink crush, so they're gonna.
Yeah, that means we crush you.
Nope, you get crushed.
Yeah, okay. You think, but that's
all right.
But
so
welcome to Soldier Field, where the soldiers are marching on your ass.
No. Soldier Field is absolutely hey, the law firm is in the building. I haven't seen that, man. I'm sorry. The law firm, Joseph Murdoch and Associates, man. You know how he holds it down. He says the season 10-7 on the season, 5. He said 5 division wins. Woo! 5 of them.
I like the way he
thinks. 5 division. That means we're sweeping the Packers and the Vikings and splitting with the Green Bay Packers. That's what that gotta mean. Unless we're sweeping the Packers and splitting with the Vikings, I don't know.
That Kool-Aid's extra strong today. That Kool-Aid's extra strong.
That thing is sweet. That's what, man. 7 wins, man. That Kool-Aid is sweet. I mean, I'm saying that's the pre-sweetened with.
Do you need a diabetes check, my dear? Do you need a diabetes check?
Hey, because I got my freestyle over here. You know what I'm saying? the little my blood sugar glucose monitor. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you hooked up to it, man, and see what you got going on. Because the 5 division. Ooh, that is really, really sweet. Yeah. All right. Roddy Trey says, Drew, they need some stud linebackers. You know what I'm saying? If they front 7 is good, the secondary will be great. Position to cause havoc. I believe in that. And it's been proven that your secondary is only as good as your defensive line and your pressure that you can generate on your defensive line. So Warren Sapp has you have to have a great defense. You need players on all levels. You know what though? I had to say that you have to. It's all good teams always have one at least a Pro Bowl or a Pro Bowl caliber or all pro caliber player at each level. One on the defensive line, one in the defensive secondary, and one at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just like that. Not saying that they're all pro. You know what I'm saying? Pro can't voting is all Pro Bowl, but they're Pro Bowl caliber or all pro caliber players at those three levels. So, it's all good. All right, Kurt, he'll be in control more opportunities with Thibodeau gone. Talking about Noah Sewell. I hope so. I did watch some of those Oregon games, especially when they played Ohio State, and he did show up and show out in that game. So Q says no sugar free. I'm a diabetic. So am I. I am a diabetic as well. I get to eat a little sugar. My numbers are good, so I get a little something sweet every now and then. I took my number today. I was like 77 or something like that. I was pretty good. So I keep those numbers in check. Get out, exercise, eat right, and every now and then I can have a little bit of something, just a little bit. But all right, now it's time for final thoughts for today's show, man. First of all, I want to do that. Before I do that, I want to thank everyone today for coming in and hanging out with us, man. I know it was a little bit late, but sorry, man. Sometimes you got to take care of household things to get household things done. So I had to take care of some things around the house to make sure things got done. So thank you guys for being patient and staying with us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. We really appreciate you. But it's time to go to the crew. Final thoughts for today's show, gang. I'm going to go to my man, Maniac Tim, first up in the shoot. Final thoughts for today's show.
Okay. Well, hope everybody enjoys the weekend. Thank you for being here. And just remember, when you get on, when you go to those games, when you watch those games, do everything to enjoy it and bring out the maniac in you.
Okay, Timmy saying bring out the maniac in you. Well said, Uncle Timmy. Well said. All right, Mike, my man, give me your final thoughts for today's show, my dude.
If you're feeling down, get some sleep. Can I tell you what? I'm tired. Right now, I'm dying here, folks. I'm drinking my Red Bull. I've not slept that well, and I'm gonna have another one here in a minute.
Okay, get some sleep.
Mike, we know what Mike's
definitely
doing this weekend, this holiday weekend. He's gonna sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep. All right. What you got, Queen? What is your final thoughts for today's show?
I just hope that everybody has a great 4th of July weekend, 3-day weekend. Stay safe. Have that Kool-Aid flowing. Drink your favorite drink, and try not to shoot yourself in the ass with a firework, please.
Yeah, definitely. Don't do that. For myself, I want to wish everyone, a great, 4th weekend. Like I said, man, if you're gonna deal in fireworks, man, please be safe. We don't need any JPPs out there, missing, fingers, digits because you were playing with fireworks wrong. Be safe, if you're going to go to a barbecue or a cookout, and there is a difference. If you invite to the cookout, you notice, if you got to know the difference to get invited to the cookout. So if you invite to the cookout, and if you have a couple, get an Uber, or make a pallet on the floor and get up the next day and go ahead and drive home. But be safe out there. Enjoy your holiday and just be with your family and loved ones and celebrate. Kurt gonna get on the grill on Monday. I'm gonna do my thing because that's what I do. On that grill. So go out there, enjoy yourself, and have a great time. But be safe out there, man. And if you're tired, like Mike said, even if you haven't drank anything, if you're tired, don't drive, because driving tired is just as bad as driving drunk. So it's not safe out there. And don't text and drive. You know what I'm saying? Don't be checking your Twitter, your Instagram, your TikTok while you're behind the wheel, man. Keep your eyes focused on the road and get there safe. And then once you get there, you can go ahead and pull your cell phone, your smartphone out of your pocket. But again, be safe. Have fun with your loved ones, man. Eat good, drink good, and just have fun. What's the old thing? If you work hard, play hard, and the weekend is here, and let's just go out and have some fun. We have content coming over. We're going to be relaunching our website, Detroit Lions on the Prowl, here in the near future. I just launched my my website for school, and I'll be posting some content over there on both sites. We're going to be doing a lot of things that we're going to be getting this thing going again. Val, we're going to be rolling that Roulette 4 again here in the near future. So stay
Plus
tuned and
other
stay patient
surprise
with us.
stuff. Plus other surprise
Yeah,
stuff
so-
in the works.
So stay tuned and stay patient with us right here as we get this thing going back in the direction that our man Jim, we love wanting him to. But it's that 4th of July weekend, man. Hey, you know what you got to do for your boy Kurt Steele, man. Whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.